on Trimble's portfolio right now that has anything to do with earth moving and fleet management and equipment management, what all is using AI at the moment?
So what we're doing is, so we have our grade control platform, which kind of acts as our base platform to build kind of our applications on top of. The information that we're collecting from that platform is feeding into our cloud to manage your project. And a lot of that's being used to help drive insights into how is the project progressing, how is it going? Because we can compare that as-built data with the model. So we know what the machine did and what you want to achieve. And so we're starting to use that data in ways where we can give you optimized solutions to say, hey, if you do it in this way versus that way, you can get a solution that might be faster or cost less fuel. So AI is helping us to kind of compare that data together and to get some insights into what's happening there.
For the fleet manager that has a mixed fleet, what might AI be able to do for them?
That's a great question. So in the mixed fleet, all machines are going to have different performance, right? And so if you have a mixed fleet of machines, we can start to look at, based on all the information going into productivity data, right? How much material did they move? Where did they move it? Potentially how much fuel was utilized? If you have like a CAT machine going to VisionLink, you can start to compare what's the best machine for the job, right? So should it be this size excavator, that size excavator, this size dozer, that size dozer? And so depending on your customer, what they're trying to do, we can look across the fleet, use AI to identify the right machine for the job you're trying to do efficiently.
What are some of the future applications for AI, if you could look into your crystal ball?
Oh, absolutely. So this is a good topic. So the future applications, what I'm most excited for is more automation on the machine. So today we've got machine control, and you can use machine to go to get to grade in a very accurate way, and it makes a good operator, great operator, makes a great operator more efficient. I'm looking forward to using AI for more of those types of automation. So if you go to the offsite, as an example, we have a really, compactor, pretty basic machine, and it kind of think, how can I optimize the compactor, right? It kind of does what it does, and why optimize it? But I encourage you to go take out the BOMAG. We can actually send what we call a path plan or a mission to that machine, and it will precisely compact a path. And that's based on the area you want to compact, and then the measurements and physics of the machine. We put that information together to provide a catered plan for that machine that can give you very precise overlap, so you can optimize that compaction job.
So you know exactly what weight that machine is as well, and the specs on the machine.
Correct. We know the size of the drum, we know the weight, we know the class. All that feeds into, I just want to compact this area, here's my machine type, here's my area. That's all calculated automatically. We use some machine learning in the background for those calculations. Gives an optimized path. And now instead of guessing, hey, do I have enough overlap with a human operator, we can get precise overlap, which is an optimized solution. So optimized solution means you're probably going to finish it sooner, which means you're going to spend less money. The way I look at AI is, think of it like a child that needs to be taught, right? So even all these things we have today with ChatGPT and these large language models, they use a lot of information to train them on what to do. So I actually think, like for our expert operators especially, there's so much we can learn from them because they do it the best. How can we take their experience and their information and work with them to build technology such that others who are less skilled and haven't been doing it for 40 years can be better? So it's a way to impart that knowledge onto the next generation through technology.
So how are you working with operators to get that knowledge?
So all of our autonomous systems that we have today, they're all kind of a test bed for new technology. And so we'll build the system and we bring them out to customer sites and we work with customers to say, hey, how well does it work? Or what kind of job do you want to do? And see, can that thing solve that problem? The same goes with putting operators in the cab. Is this make sense or not? We've had operators say, hey, for your autonomous trenching demo that you have, that's not really how we do it in the real world, right? There's a more efficient way to do it, or we do it this way because. And so for the people building the product and the right way to build the product, that's good feedback and information to help kind of craft and hone the direction we take our products in. So we couldn't do what we do without people who are experts at what they do. And it's really getting that feedback on, make it work like this, or here's how I want it to work. It really shapes and crafts our roadmap for where we go.
I know Trimble has taken a stepped approach to autonomy. Can you explain that for us?
Yeah. So Trimble is still very much interested in an autonomous future, but what we've realized is it's going to take a long time to get there. And our customers don't want to wait however many years for a fully autonomous thing, and they probably won't be prepared for it. So what we've actually done is still focused on autonomy, but focused on what experiences, what technology, what solutions can we take out of autonomy and give them to our customers today to solve real world problems. So a couple examples are, from the compactor, we got steering. And so now we can do steering assistance on compactors and dozers. We talk a lot about task optimization. We're doing a lot of work on optimizing tasks for excavators and compactors autonomously, but that optimization can be given to people operating the machine so they can also be more effective, right? So it's an optimized solution for an autonomous thing, but it's also an optimized solution for a human, so it can help a human. And so that's kind of our approach to autonomy now.
You mentioned the compactor product.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that's able to run machine category autonomously?
We've been doing the compactor for a number of years now. We really honed that. There's been a lot of work in the background to allow the compactor to do more, right? So different slopes, different patterns, different jobs. We've taken that same core technology and applied that to the excavator. And so the excavator is kind of what we're looking at next in terms of, hey, is there a way we can start to automate all the tasks that an excavator does? And so if you go to the offsite, you'll see a demo where we're doing a piping operation. So we're digging a trench. We actually take a design from Business Center that has an alignment for that trench, and we let the user, in a controlled state, pick where they want to build, what do they want to dig first? So they pick a point. Based on the machine size, the machine model, and the design, we actually calculate what's going to go to the machine, and then it figures out where to start, how to dig, and an optimized way to do that.
Okay, great. Now, how do you think the market for autonomy is going to develop?
So I think the market for autonomy is going to be a series of automations that someday in the future lead to an autonomous thing. So it's all about optimizing and automating one task at a time. So if we look at the excavator, an excavator does 100 different operations. Trenching is one thing. So you automate and optimize trenching, help a human. Then maybe it's bulk excavation. You automate and optimize bulk excavation, you help a human. And then maybe it's grading. And then eventually you have all these series. And what that does is it provides value for customers today, but it gets them comfortable with the technology such that sometime in the future we go, oh yeah, it's autonomous. We kind of expected that to be the final step, and we're there now. And I think you see the same in the cars a lot, right? We've got adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist, and now we've got various driving where you keep your hands on the wheels, and it's preparing drivers for that day in which they're no longer needed, and they trust the technology, they've used it, and they're comfortable stepping in an autonomous thing.
Do you see any downsides?
My biggest concern with autonomy is when people are going to oversell it. I think that hurts the industry, where we think, oh, we got an autonomous thing that's right around the corner, and then we set expectations, and then people lose confidence. And so I'm not worried about the technology itself. I'm more worried about people being ready to adopt it and being disillusioned.